Rehtona is a very unassuming puzzle platformer from the outset, but this is quite an interesting one. So we play as this little girl here who has perhaps the most cutest panda hat we've ever seen, and something has gone terribly wrong in her village. All the people have disappeared, these strange gates have shown up that lead to a parallel dimension, and she has to figure out what is going on, and there may be some dark secrets lying in the way, or lying in the shadows here. So each puzzle is built around a standard formula. The first part is we need to get to the key that you just saw me pick up. Now, she has the power to create these little bubbles, as you saw right there, and they will be used when we travel to the parallel dimension in a second. But as the game works, once you've set up everything that you need in the normal world, you'll go through the gate here and enter the parallel, or we'll just call it the other dimension for right now. And what happens is various properties in the normal world will shift in the parallel one. Those pink bubbles I just created became unmovable and indestructible objects. Certain blocks that were guarding things may become brittle. The ultimate goal was to pick up that puzzle piece that you just saw, and then you get on your magic wooden eagle, which is your best friend, and you ride on to the next puzzle. And that's the general outline of Rehtona. And the game is quite challenging in this regard, as you're constantly having to think 2 to 3 steps in advance in order to solve these puzzles. What am I doing in the normal dimension that will affect the parallel dimension, and do I have to go back and forth in order to change things around? And I would say this is definitely on the medium to medium hard side in terms of puzzle platforming. It's also very easy to get into a soft lock position, but if you die, you won't be losing too much progress. The game will allow you at any time to reset back one move, or reset the entire puzzle. And as you're seeing right here, it's very easy to get yourself into a position where you will have to reset everything. And Rehtona is a little bit tricky when it comes to its platforming. I found some advanced maneuvers which got me through some of the puzzles, such as being able to jump around a platform directly above you, but I don't know if that was a requirement or was I just cheating the system. And that kind of takes me to the issue, or the few nitpicks I have with the game. And again, we're not going to show too much because every footage that you see here is, well, spoiling the game. So we're going to move on now, but first, a quick shout out to our Patreon backers. Thank you to our Patreon backers, and if you'd like to continue this discussion on game design, check out our Discord channel, linked down below. Now, while I wouldn't certainly call Rehtona the quote-unquote Dark Souls of puzzle platformers, it is definitely on the harder side. And don't let these very cute pixel graphics fool you. This is a game that can be quite challenging to play. And again, a lot of it has to do with just what the game is expecting in terms of its solutions. As I said a few seconds ago, there are a few cases where I wasn't sure if I was kind of getting around a puzzle, because of skill, or was I just doing what the game required me to do. And it can sometimes be very difficult to figure out what you're trying to do within these puzzles. The basic structure for each level Rehtona doesn't change. However, what the game requires you to do and kind of putting it all together will require some insight and some foresight, and just trying to look ahead or think ahead in terms of the puzzle. And as a good example, these bubbles right here act as a makeshift platform in the normal world, but if you leave that machine on in the alternate or in the parallel without having something blocking it, it will just release a constant stream of death bubbles that will try and get you. But I begin to wrap things up for this first look. Rehtona is a game that, again, there's definitely a lot more going under the surface than you would realize by looking at this in terms of footage or on the Steam page. And if you're looking for a very challenging, a very unique puzzle platformer, definitely give this one a check. But if you're not skilled at the genre, or looking for something on the lighter side, this game may be a little too much for you. But I'm curious, for people who've played this, what do you think in terms of the difficulty? Is this too hard, or did you just blaze through every puzzle without too much trouble? But with that said, we're going to wrap things up here for this video. Again, I would like to thank the developer for giving me a key to check out. And if you'd like me to take a look at your game in the future, please don't hesitate to get in touch. But come back for daily discussions on game design here, and on Game Wisdom, where we examine the art and science of games. Once again, this has been Rehtona, and I will see you all next time. If you're looking for another book about game design, be sure to check out my first title, 20 Essential Games to Study, out now. Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed things, be sure to do all the liking and subscribing that the kids are doing these days. Check out our Discord channel link down below, where we hang out and chat game design, and come back later tonight for our regular streamings. But that's it, and tune in for more great content here and on Game Wisdom, where we examine the art and science of games.